welcome to Modalities Movement Therapy. It's week 1 in 2023. I'm Brenda, and today we're going to start at the foundation. We're going to look at the feet, the foundation of the body, and strengthening those feet, those muscles in the feet. The more we wear shoes, the more we support the feet with cushioning, the less the muscles in the feet work. The weaker they become, and that affects the rest of the body. We look at the knees, the mechanics in the knees, the hips. So what I want to encourage you moving forward this year is to walk around barefoot as much as possible. Where possible, wear a cushion, wear a flexible and movable sole. Get away from the cushioning, because the cushioning in the shoes is deconditioning the feet, weakening those muscles, and that in turn affects the rest of the body. So for the workout today, you're going to need 1 or 2 reflex balls. I've got a hard and a soft reflex ball, and we're going to start rolling the feet out. So let's bring the ball under the big toe and roll over the arch of the foot to the heel, all the way to the lateral side of the foot. And a nice slow movement. We want to hydrate, we want to plump up that fascial tissue which surrounds the muscles. And then we look at working the feet. Bring the ball into the arch of the foot and change direction. Circle one way and then change direction. And then I want you to roll the ball towards the toes and try and pick the ball up with the toes. This is a nice toe strengthening exercise, those shorter muscles. If you want to use a towel for this one as well, you can lie a towel flat on the mat or the floor and then pick the towel up by pinching the towel between the toes and the ball of the foot. This is a nice one for stretching over the top of the foot. And often when people have dropped arches, when the arches of the feet are flat, then the top of the foot becomes quite tight and stiff. Let's just roll the ball from the big toe. We're going to move in a zigzag all the way to the heel. So you're going to zigzag the ball across the sole of the foot. And as it comes to the heel, lift the heel up and keep moving it from side to side. Let's work into a nice quick proprioceptive movement, just waking up those nerves. And when you're ready, move it to the other foot. Bring the big toe onto the ball and roll to the heel. When you're ready, you bring the ball into the arch of the foot, circle in one direction, and then you're going to change direction. Now taking the ball onto the big toe, the heel is down to start. We're going to zigzag that ball across. We'll come back to that squeezing and lifting the ball. When you can't move the ball anymore, you lift the heel and continue moving the ball from side to side over the heel. Come back to that toe curling over the ball and stretching the top of the foot. So you pick that ball up and stretch the top of the foot. It's a nice challenge on the balance on the other foot as well. Make sure you spread those toes out. Think about the big toe. That's one of your stabilizers. Finish off with 2 more. And a nice quick proprioceptive movement. So rolling Nice and quick, waking up those nerves. Let's bring the ball between the ankles. And from the side, you're going to be just under that ankle bone, squeezing the ball, breathing in and breathing out, rising up off the heels. Breathe in and out. Think about the big toe again, but I want you to be aware of the toes. I want you to be aware of the ankles. You need to keep the ankles nice and steady. When you want to do that, think about the big toe. Breathing in as you come up and out as you drop down. Another 4. Nice and controlled. 3. 2 more. And the last 1. And you can put the ball to the side. From there, what I want you to do is lift up and spread the toes out. Lift the toes up, spread them out as much as possible, and release them. Push into the balls of the feet. So the ball of the big toe and the little toe focus on the padding across the foot. Spread and open up the toes and release. Spread those toes out, open the toes up and release. Do another 2 and release. Be aware of your posture, look down, see what's going on, and then you can look up again. Now we're going to take the foot, both of the feet in fact, just see from this angle, you're going to pull the toes towards the heel. So you're going to focus on lifting the arch of the foot. Still look, you want to be able to see the toenails, but you're pulling in. So do both feet together, feet parallel, and slide the toes to the heel and release. Slide the toes to the heel. Be careful that this is not happening. We don't want to roll the ankles out. We want to pull up in the center and release. Pull up in the center and release. Another 2 and release. And another 1 and release. Now we're going to do the same, balancing on one foot. So just get your balance. Once you've got your balance, pull the toes up and release. Pull up and release. Just do another 2 sets and release and pull up and release. Quite a nice challenge on the balance, that one. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Pull up and release. Pull up and release. 2 more and release. And one last one, pull up and release. Good. We're now going to do the same thing, pulling both feet up. And what I want you to do now is bend the knee slightly. We're going to pull ourselves up into a jump. So we're going to focus on a nice gentle landing. Rounding, lifting the arch, rounding the feet, lifting the arches, and we jump up off the mat. So bend the knees to give you that little softening on the impact. This is what we want to focus on. When we run, as we are conditioned to do, we want to land not a heel strike first. You can heel strike when you're walking, but when we're running, we want to land on the ball of the foot. And a nice gentle landing. We want to soften the knees slightly and lift. Keep going, pulling up, lifting from the center. Let's focus on one leg. So you want to bend that knee again, pull the toes up, focusing on that arch of the foot, lifting up and lifting up and lifting up. Just 4 on each side. Let's pull up. So slide the feet, lifting into the arch, and get your balance. Once you've got your balance, then we're going to jump and jump. 2 more. Nice gentle landing and jump. Good. We're going to do those toe crawls. So 1 foot at a time, alternating, pulling yourself forward on the mat. Nice one to do when you are brushing your teeth. Knees are straight, the knees are not soft. You want to use the core, lift yourself up. You want to squeeze those glutes and pull yourself along. Once you get to the front of the mat, you rise up onto the balls of the feet and you walk back, focusing on the stability in the ankles. Pull up and you're walking back. Do that 1 more time. Once you get to the front of the mat, again, you're going to rise up onto the balls of the feet. Hold it in that lifted position. Once you've got your stability, keeping the knees straight again, you're walking back to the back of the mat. And drop the heels down. Shake everything out. Hopefully you should feel those calves have worked, strengthening from the foundation all the way up. Let's take a deep breath in. Circle those arms up, squeeze the glutes, tuck under, breathe out. Chin to the chest, roll down through the spine, hang out and bounce. Breathe in and curl on the in-breath, squeezing the glutes and bring you up into that lifted position. Have a quick drink of water. We're now going to work into a few squats. So just testing your squats at the end of the class. We'll finish the squats and see how they have improved. We're going to work on releasing the long and the short levers in the body and see how the mechanics improve. Let's breathe in as we go down and breathe out as we come up. Let's keep going. We're going to do another 9 and breathe out. Make sure you are working into the arches of the feet. You're opening the knees up. You're not letting the knees come in and the ankles roll in. Then you're going to be dropping the arches of the feet. So breathe in and out. Here we go for 6. And breathe out. You take it as far as you can and you make sure that the heels don't come up. So you want to sit back into that chair. 3 to go. And 2. And 1. Let's hold it in that squat position. I'm going to keep you here for 15 seconds. Breathing in and out. 5 to go. And keep your hands on the mat and curl through the spine and just bounce there in that position. We're now going to come onto one knee and we're going to work into the ankle. So let's take the hands, we'll make a triangle with the hands like we did last year. We're going to pinch that Achilles tendon up towards the calf between the thumbs. So squeezing and pinching that Achilles tendon, releasing the back of that ankle. Now we're going to take the fingers onto the front of the ankle, use the index finger and the middle finger, and you can just give that a nice release there. Then we take the rest of the fingers and we massage over the top of the foot. Work into the arch. Let's do that one more time. So we'll pinch that Achilles tendon between the thumb, and as you do that, use the fingers in the front of the ankle and move down towards the toes. Now we're going to work under the ankle bone. You can either use the index fingers, palms are facing down, or the little fingers and palms face up. Lift the heel so that you can increase the movement. We'll focus again on that Achilles at the back of the ankle. And let's repeat the same thing to the other side. So we'll start off with the heel down, thumbs together, pinching that Achilles and the back of the ankle there. Let's use the fingers in the front of the ankle. Slide the fingers across and all the way into the arch of the foot and over the toes. Pinching the heel, warming up and hydrating, plumping up that fascial tissue. Take the heel and lift it up, and let's work under the ankle bones. So like you would share that shearing movement, the index fingers or the little fingers. And we're going to come into a seated position now. I'm going to take the harder reflex ball. If you want to use a softer one, you can. The other option is, so I'm going to bring the ball under my left buttock, and I'm going to bring this ball, the softer ball, under my right knee. So I'm going to sit on this ball and on the left, and I'm going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. So I'm releasing the back of my right leg and the glutes on the left side. You want to move to the lateral side. If you're taking any strain in the hands and the wrists, you can drop down onto your back, position the ball under the glutes, and continue the same movement. I find you get a little bit deeper into the release when we're in this position. All the way onto the lateral side of the glutes. Nice big area to work on. So spend a bit of time releasing these muscles here. If you only have one reflex ball, then you're obviously going to sit on the reflex ball to release the glutes. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So I'm now bringing the softer ball behind my left knee, sitting on my right buttock on the reflex ball, crossing that right leg over and releasing the right glutes. Biggest muscle group in the body. So you want them to be the strongest muscle group in the body. Stabilize, help you with your balance. Hip stabilizers. We're now going to move onto our backs. You can take either the softer or the harder reflex ball, and we're going to work around the neck. So I'm going to link my fingers, and I'm going to apply a nice deep pressure lying on my back and pushing the ball around the neck. We're going to move it around as well, and then move it onto that sternocleidomastoid. So lie on your back, link your fingers, ball is in the palm, and then you're going to move the ball around and apply a nice deep pressure. So we're working along that occiput ridge that we are all familiar with. If this ball is too hard and it's too sensitive, then you move on to the softer reflex ball. Push into the ball. I'm going to now support my head in my one hand, and I'm going to take the ball working on the same side of the neck, and I'm going to work into that lemon squeezing position right up behind the ear onto that mastoid process, coming down towards the clavicle. So on that sternocleidomastoid, that muscle that's responsible for rotating the neck, we're going to release that muscle. Push and twist, push and twist, push and twist. Now I'm going to take the reflex ball and I'm going to bring it right next to the spine, between the shoulder blade and the spine, right at the top of the shoulder, on those muscles that are responsible for lifting the shoulders up. My head is supported in my other hand, and I'm going to breathe in as I keep the elbow bent and circle, exhaling there. Breathing in. So releasing this muscle at the top of the shoulder. Play around with the position of the ball so you're getting the best, most effective release. And move a little bit from side to side. Again, if the blue ball is too hard on this area, then change to the softer reflex ball. Let's take the ball and we're going to move over to the other side of the spine and the other side of the head. So I'm linking my fingers, resting my head on the ball and applying a nice deep pressure around the occiput ridge. Move the ball down, support the head in the one hand if you need to, and apply a nice deep pressure. So wherever you feel you're benefiting the most from this release. Along the occiput ridge, you might want to take the ball a little bit lower down, in which case separate the hands and move it down the neck. Let's move on to the sternocleidomastoid. So come down to the clavicle and push and twist, push and twist. Work right up to that mastoid process behind the ear and move down, squeezing that lemon. Let's position the ball onto the upper trapezius. So move it around until you find that sweet spot. Head is still supported in the other hand. Let's breathe in. Circle the elbow up and you're exhaling. And again, a nice deep breath in. Opening up. Exhaling. Let's do a few more. Breathing in. Move around a little bit. Exhaling. And circling as much as you can. Let's take the reflex ball. You can put that to the side now. Have a nice big stretch. And you lengthen everything out. And bring the knees into the chest. Let's take the knees over to one side. Take the hand in the wrist, or the wrist in the hand, and pull the knee across the body. Knees across the body and arm to the other side. Bouncing the knees and the arm across. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can bring the arm next to the ear, just moving it around. And let's repeat the same thing to the other side. So here we're working on the shorter leg levers, bouncing and pulling the body to the opposite side. So just getting a nice stretch, moving the spine around. Also some spiral movements. Bring the arm next to the ear. And coming back to the center, one knee into the chest, extend the other leg, and just bounce that knee to the chest. Pull the knee across the body. And let's do the same thing to the other side. And pull the knee across the body. Let's come back to the first side and just opening the arms up, bouncing the knee. Let's take the leg and extend it out if you can reach it. So we're going into longer levers. Grab hold of the big toe with the index and the middle finger or the thumb and bounce into that extension. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Lengthen out. Cross over, grab hold of the toe and bounce. Look away from the direction the leg is going if you can and bounce into that rotation. Back to the center, one big stretch out and you. Let's bring the feet flat, working a little bit into arching and tucking. We're focusing on the breathing. Breathe in. As you breathe in, you're opening up, so you're breathing into that arch position. We want to get movement into the spine, so you should feel your chin dropping. On your exhalation, chin should be lifting up. If your ponytail is not in the way, you're squeezing and tucking the tailbone under, so you're bringing the hips closer to the rib cage. Let's do that again. So we're breathing into arch and exhaling to tuck and tilt. Tuck and tilt, tuck and tilt. Let's breathe in again. Open up to that arch and breathing out to tuck and tilt. We're going to do 2 more. Breathing in. Opening up to arch and exhaling. Focus more on that exhalation. Last one, nice deep breath in. 4 counts in, 4 to 6 counts out. Exhale. Hold it in this tuck and tilt. Squeeze, tilt the pelvis as much as you can. Instead of breathing into release, we're breathing into thrust. Thrust that pelvis up. Now we're not going to bounce in this position. I want you to hold this position so you can focus more on the breathing. Breathing in for 4. Exhaling for 6. Have a quick drink of water, then we're going to move into our arching and tucking. Onto the hands and knees, relax the feet, so don't curl the toes under. Relax the head and the neck. We're breathing into arch Let the movement in the spine lift the chin up. On your exhalation, tuck from the tailbone. Focus more on that exhalation surrounding the spine and exhaling. Before you lift the chin, get the movement from the lower spine, breathing in. Pulling the shoulder blades together as you really open up across the chest. On the exhalation, you tuck, you tilt, you round the spine. Now let's use the hands. So as we're breathing in to arch, the heels of the hands should be pulling towards the knees. As you exhale, you're tucking and you're pushing away, increasing that contraction and movement into the abdominal area, and the glutes will contract as well. Breathing in, pulling the heels of the hands towards the knees, opening up across the chest. Exhaling, tuck from the tailbone. You should almost feel the knees wanting to lift off the mat. Breathe in. Open yourself up. On your exhale, you tuck, you tilt, you round, and you push with the hands. Let's do another 2. Nice deep breath in. Open yourself up, push with the heels of the hands, and exhale, tuck, tilt, round, and push away. Let's go for one more. Breathing in, pulling the heels of the hands towards the knees, and that should help feel that dropping the shoulders. Exhaling, tuck, tilt, and push away. Good. Let's come into a knee box position. Again, we're going to work on the short and the longer levers. So we'll start off with those shorter levers. We're going to take the upper body away. So we're working into a spiral movement. We're going to drop down onto the hands and we're going to push up there. 3 and 4. So I want you to breathe in into this movement. So we're breathing in for 4. On your exhalation, you're coming into that rotation. I want you to bring that foot into the hand and you're going to just lead with that elbow. Bounce, exhaling for 3 and 4. Let's just do 4 counts in, 4 counts out to start. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Again, 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Finish off with one last one. Breathing out. Now we're going to continue the same movement, working into longer levers. So the same position, this time you're going to extend the leg and pulse it back. 2, 3, 4. Crossing over, grab hold of that big toe, extend that arm and bounce. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, inhale, breathe in. Breathe out. And breathing in. And exhale. Last one, breathing in. And exhaling. Let's change over to the other side. And you continue listening to the music of the thunder in the background. Let's take the hands and drop down onto the mat. Drop, keep the knee down to start. Breathe in. And exhaling. Lead with the elbow. 3, 4. Exhale. Now breathe in. And exhaling. 2 more. Breathing in. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe out. longer lever, extend, 2, 3, breathing in, cross over, reach, breathing in, breathe out, 2 more, breathing in, breathing out, finish off with 1 more, and breathing out. Good. Coming back onto the hands and knees, and just give yourself a few seconds to have a drink of water. Again, moving into the longer and the shorter levers. So we're going to start on the knee. If you need more cushioning for that back knee, give yourself, put a sweat towel or some extra cushioning, maybe double up the mat if you need to. To start, we're going to open up and breathe in. And then the exhalation. So you're bouncing back into that rounded position. Breathing in. 4 counts in. And exhaling. Breathing in. On the exhalation, tuck. Squeeze and activate the glutes at the back. Last one. Breathe out. Continue with the shorter levers if you want to or you need to. I want you to challenge your balance a little bit by working into longer levers, so you're going to lift off that back knee if you can. And we're breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the exhalation, you're bending the back knee, slightly straightening the front leg, and you're rounding. 2, 3, 4. So we're exhaling, contracting, squeezing the glute, tucking under. See the connection there. Breathe in for 3 more. Push into the heel at the back. Then you exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Last one. Challenge that balance. Think about that big toe pushing into the heel. Breathe in. And exhale. Drop down. Let's rock over to the other side. So I want us to do a few of these in the center. We're going to lift up and breathe in. Exhaling. Tucking to the center. Breathing in. Opening up to the other side. Exhaling. Into the center. Breathing in. Opening up. Exhaling. To the center. Breathe in. We're going to do 2 more. Exhaling. And breathe in. Still that first one. Exhaling. Breathing in. And we're going to exhale. And breathe in. And we're going to hold it here. We're going to focus again on those shorter levers. Breathing in. And exhaling. Squeeze the glutes, tuck under, and again, breathe in. Exhaling. So as you tuck, feel that stretch all the way down the front of the leg. 2 more, breathing in. Breathe out. Last one, breathing in. And exhaling. Continue with that one if you want to. Otherwise, we're curling the toes under, working into the longer levers and challenging the balance a little bit more. So let's breathe in. And exhaling. Breathe in. And exhale. 2 more. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. Squeezing, tucking under, and 1 more. And breathe out. From there, we're going to step our hands into that down dog position. Hands are together in the front, feet at the back, and walk through the feet. Pushing the heels down. And again, walk through the feet. We're now going to tuck forward. So we're going to come into that extended plank. You're going to stay in that extended plank. You're going to drop the tailbone down and you're coming into your cobra. Looking over the shoulders, we're going to drop down onto the chest. You're going to lift the tailbone, squeeze the elbows together so you're activating the rhomboids, pushing back into your child's pose and relax there. Into one breath, 4 counts in and 4 counts out. Up onto the hands and knees, curl the toes under, push back into your pyramid or down dog, squeeze the glutes, tuck the tailbone under. You're squeezing the glutes to support the lower back as you drop down, uncurl the toes, look over the shoulders, drop the chest down. Exhaling there, take a nice deep breath in, fire your glutes with your breath. Push back into your child's pose and breathe. Up onto the hands and knees, curling the toes under again, back into your pyramid. Breathe in, fire your glutes with your breath, lower down. Exhaling into that cobra, drop down. Let's push back, squeezing the rhomboids together. Nice deep breath in here. And exhale. Resting here, take a deep breath in and exhale. On your next in-breath, up onto your hands and knees, curl the toes under. Into your pyramid, relax your head and breathing in. Fire your glutes with your breath, exhaling. Side to side. Drop down. And again, you're breathing in. Push back. Breathe in and out 1 time. And exhale. Your next in-breath. Onto the hands and knees, curl the toes under. Fire your glutes with your breath. And exhale. Inhale, push back, and exhale. Breathing in, and exhale. Next inhalation, onto the knees, curling the toes, exhaling. Fire your glutes with your breath. Hold it in your plank position, lower down, exhaling. And breathing in and pushing back. Onto the hands and knees. This time we're going to come into that pyramid or down dog. Feet together, we're going to prepare for warrior. So you're going to extend your front leg, push forward into that lunge, open up the back leg, come down into that position. I want you to push that front knee back, opening up, and lower the back arm to your leg. Reach that top arm up, and then on the exhalation, Push that knee down, push the knee back, extend that top arm. So from the fingertips to the heel, one straight line, lower that arm into that forward lunge, step that foot back, walk through the feet again, and let's extend the other leg into your lunge position. Rotate and open up that back foot. Let's come up into that warrior, stretch that arm, reach that hand up and over. Then we're coming into that forward lunge. Hold on to the ankle or the mat and reach that arm and lengthen out. Good. We're going to do that again. Lower down into that lunge position. Step back, walk through the feet. Drop down onto the knees. We're going to hover in that short plank position for a few minutes, and then we're going to go back into that warrior stance. So I want you to be aware of your posture. Nice flat backs, rhomboids are engaging. We're lifting the knees off the mat, and we're going to breathe in this position. Hold it and breathe. If your hands and wrists are taking strain, you drop onto the elbows. We'll do 2 more breaths. One more. Push into your pyramid or down dog, feet together. Extend your front leg. Step forward into your lunge, open up that back leg, push that knee, open yourself up, reach that arm and extend that top arm, open up, pushing the knee back, hold on to the ankle, reach that top hand, and let's come forward again into that lunge, step that foot back, walk through the feet, lengthening the other leg, the back leg, step that leg forward into that lunge, opening up. Let's reach, open up for a second there, and then reach back and into that warrior pose. Come back, forward, and reach up. This time we're going to come up, and we're going to walk the feet slightly closer together. We're going to work into our squats. So we're breathing in to that squat position. Drop yourself down. Make sure the knees are open. If you need to bring the feet slightly closer together, you can do so. Let's circle the arms up and lower down into that stretch. Nice back line stretch. Breathing in. Open up. And exhale into that squat. Breathe in, and now we're going to exhale on the left and bounce, still exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. Breathe in to your squat. Hopefully you can get a little bit lower into the squat position. Breathe out. Breathing in. And exhale. And exhale. Keep going, breathing in. And exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Last 2 and exhale. Hold it in that position. Push the knees out. Reach hold of the ankles if you want to, and hold that squat position. While you're holding it, you're focusing on your posture and your breathing. Fire your glutes with your breath, so we're breathing in and coming up into that lifted position. Hopefully those squats are a little bit deeper. We're going to do a roll down again. So stand at the back of your mat, nice deep breath in. Tuck the pelvis under, squeeze the glutes, round your spine, so you're actually restricting that movement, and then release and bounce. Bounce from one side to the other side. And in the center, keeping the legs as straight as you can, I want you to walk forward into your plank position. Drop onto the elbows if you need to. Open up the feet, push into the heels. Keep the shoulders and the tailbone on the same level, so be careful this is not happening and you don't want to be there. Shoulders over wrists, and breathe, pushing into the heels. Now, like we did before, you're going to drop the tailbone, release the feet, look over the shoulders, and lower down onto your abdominal muscles. Resting your forehead on your hands. Keep your feet nice and wide apart. You can turn the feet out so you're opening up the toes. And I want you to wiggle the hips from side to side. Feel the movement up the spine into the shoulders and the neck, releasing the spine. And rolling onto your back, we're going to pandiculate, have a nice big stretch, and yawn. Hugging the knees into the chest. Cross the ankles, hold on to the feet. Just a few motions, rocking from side to side. And again, lengthen yourself out. A nice big yawn and stretch. And rock yourself to a seated position. And one last deep breath in. And exhaling. Well done, and thank you for joining me.